think to start, I'd be remiss if I didn't take a minute to salute the designation that the city of Boulder has received recently as the happiest and healthiest city in America. I think that the Colorado Buffaloes take great pride in that distinction, and it's exciting that no other BCS representative in the country can use that. And you know, it's kind of laughed a little bit about that, but on the other hand, I think that's something we take a lot of pride in. I think that's one thing that we're really excited about with our fan base, is when our fan base is engaged in Folsom Field and a part of our game day experience, it's special. We're very proud to salute our fans in helping us read our budget number with football tickets. We averaged 50,088. In 08, we averaged 49,476. In 77, 50,509. And 2006, 46,053. So I think when you look at those numbers, you begin to get a sense of the confidence that we have and the loyalty of our fan base. I think it's important to note that sometimes you guys are receiving emails from different people stating certain claims. I would urge you, when you engage with somebody that claims to be a season ticket holder or to be a donor, if you would check with us, we would be happy to verify that with you. We had a story recently with someone depicting themselves as a season ticket holder who was not in our database at all as a season ticket holder. So I think that's something that we really want to do a good job of monitoring, because I have a lot of faith in our fan base. I think we're going to have a continued support for our football program. I think that the basketball program this season embodies that as well. So we couldn't be happier with our fan base, and we recognize the tough economic times that are out there. So based on that, the season ticket plan for this year will have no increase on season ticket price. We'll continue to feature family-friendly pricing like we put together last year that was really well received. So we're pleased with the progress we're making there. We do have a confirmed date on the ceremonial groundbreaking for the court practice facility, as we like to call it at this point. That'll be March 25th at 12:30 outside on the north end of the Coors Event Center. You may have noticed, for those that cover basketball, that we've relocated the trees that were on that hillside just across the street. We saved those trees and we're able to put those in the ground on the opposite side, just between the Coors Event Center and the Coble School of Business. So that was a nice save to be able to put that together. Be funded exclusively privately. And that's a good point. Thank you, Neil. It is exclusively funded by private dollars that the athletic department enterprise generates. So we've been raising money for it, and we're pleased with the progress made there. However, we are not fully funded by donations to cover the entire project yet. We will be using some resources that the athletic department has generated through other partnerships, to include our outreach efforts with the corporate community, and then we will also secure short-term funding to fund that project. And we are not in a position to announce naming rights at this time, but we would anticipate something like that coming together, you bet.
What's the total cost of that?
Help me, Tom. It's going to be just shy of $12 million.
It is I think the spending authority is looking to go to 10.8 million.
10.8 authority at this point, and then if we add amenities as the project is completed and over time, it'll probably be in the 10.8 to 12 million by the time we get everything in there. Well, obviously that's the national issue right now, is the speculation associated with league affiliation, and we're committed to the Big 12 Conference. We're committed to being competitive in the Big 12 Conference. However, there is a different feel right now about different movement across the country. So obviously we're mindful of that, and we're trying to do everything we can to ensure that we're supportive of the Big 12 and supportive of the league we're in. But speculation right now is really a big distraction for us, because it's simply that. I mean, one day the Big Ten's expanding to 12, the next day it's 14. Pac-10 is talking about maybe expanding. To be honest with you, I think the Big 12 is talking about looking at where do we expand, where do we look for opportunities as these different things come together. So I have a great deal of confidence in Dan Beebe and his leadership and what he represents. And Phil DiStefano has been on campus a long time, and he was a part of those talks back in the 90s about the Pac-10. So that experience will bode well for us, and we'll have to just kind of monitor that as much as we can. But regardless, I think that's why, again, our fan base and the environment that we have and the great academic standing that we have on our campus is going to be an asset for us regardless of what league we're in. But we're committed to the Big 12 Conference, and we recognize the competitive nature of it. I think it's interesting that both the men's and women's basketball RPIs are #1 in the nation. And trying to compete in that league is very, very difficult. But we're proud to be a part of that league, and we recognize the bar set high, but we want to achieve great things in our league.
Not saying yes, but not saying no, and just kind of keeping everything.
Well, it's so difficult to comment because it's simply speculation. I mean, I think we're making it real easy on sports reporters and certainly talk radio now to say, well, we don't have anything in the program today. Well, let's talk about league expansion. What's the latest rumor? And I think that's the hardest thing to really stay on top of. We have not called the Pac-10 or the Big 10, and they haven't called us. Again, we're focused on being a great member of the Big 12 Conference, and that's what our focus is on.
Mike, do you think that administrators and athletic directors in the Big 12 are a little concerned about what might happen in the future?
I think Big 12 athletic directors and leaders in the Big 12 recognize that the Southeastern Conference accomplishments recently with their TV agreement and others has created a gap for us, and we're working every day to try and close it. And again, that's why I salute Dan and his staff. They understand that. They're working hard with our TV partners and every other opportunity for us to be able to feature our great league. And you've got to salute the fact that our league is #1 in RPI men's and women's basketball. That is a great accomplishment. And again, how many times has our league in the last, since its inception, been in the national championship game in football? I don't know that number. Maybe Dave can come up with that. But those are great accomplishments, and I think something that we should all take pride in. And the league is really pretty young by standards of across the country. And again, I think that we want to catch up to the SEC and what they're putting together, because the financial accomplishments of that league are creating a gap that creates a big competitiveness issue for all of us. So that's something we work hard on. And again, I have a great deal of confidence in Dan and also the other ADs in the league that are committed to help pull that together.
Are most of these decisions made on money, dollars?
Well, that's a big part of it, because that's what the league does, but it's also about exposure. It's also about competitiveness of your teams and the partnerships we put together. I mean, the league did a great job of putting the Pac-10 Big 12 basketball challenge together. That's been very successful. We're looking forward to hosting a home game the next 2 years consecutively with a home game in that challenge, and continuing to look at other great bowl lineup. I think is a tribute to the Big 12 Conference. Our bowl lineup is as good as, if not better than, anyone in the entire country. So again, we want to protect that equity that we have and continue to build on that, but we also want to somehow find a ways to monetize it, because that's what our peers are doing. And when they're making significantly more money than we are on television agreements, that creates a competitive imbalance, the gap, if you will, that we're trying to close.